No, you're broke and fighting. They getting billions of dollars to non-citizens.
I noticed ever since this woman and her children got attacked by these students, it's beginning to be a rampage. But bullying has always been a big thing. And I don't know why it has taken a group of students to attack a mother and her children for parents now to step up. Because this has always been going on. And honestly, my opinion is that I believe that these children are being influenced. You know, you look at what they watch on TV, look at the music that they listen to. For example, look at Zeus Network. Everything on Zeus Network, all you see is young women fighting each other for no reason at all. And some of these parents, I can admit you can't blame all of the parents, because you got some parents out here, they are single parents and they are trying to raise their children the best way they can, and they have to still go to work and support their families because they are single parents, and they might not have as much time to devote to their children because they got to work. Because y'all got to understand, times is very hard right now. And you got a lot of parents, a lot of single parents out here that is working all the time to make sure that he or she can provide for their child. And we don't know what our child is seeing and hearing once they walk out that door. We don't really have fully control over what our kids listen to and watch. So I know a lot of people is blaming the parents. Some parents do need to be held accountable. Some parents, I can truly understand that they're doing the best they can, and they can't control what their children see or do once they walk out that door. You got some children that the streets has raised them, and you got some children where the household has raised them. And a lot of the videos that I have seen of these mothers recording their child saying, this was my child, one of the students that hit this woman. The way they are acting on these videos is all, I'm like, what's the point of you recording your child, telling the world, this is my child and this was one of the students that attacked the lady and her children? What are you going to do as a parent right now? What are you going to do as a parent knowing that your child is capable of that kind of violence? What are you going to do as a parent? What can you do better as a parent? This is a time now for reflecting. This is not time to grow viral on social media because you basically prove to the world that your child is a demon. This is a time as a parent to reflect and see what you can do better as a parent. This is a time for you to reflect and see what you can do more better for your child. Because putting your child on social media, telling the world what your child did is not going to do nothing if you are still not taking accountability, if you're still not making your child be accountable for what they did. And we as parents, we got to understand that look at the generation that we are living in today. We don't have no good influence at all. Look at the TV. Look at the music. Look at the people in the streets. We have no good influence out here these days. Everything, when from the moment you open up your eyes, when you walk out that door, all you see is evil shit. All you see is negative shit. You don't see nobody out here doing anything good for the people. You just had a city worker pour bleach in the man's food because they don't want him feeding people. This woman literally poured, it's evil everywhere. You can't even feed people no more unless the city is coming to destroy everything you have built just to feed the homeless. Everything around us is evil. Everything around us is demonic. Everything around us is teaching us how to be evil and how to be violent and how to hate each other. And we got to look at what we are living in. We got to look at what we are seeing. And we got to look at our children and make sure that our children is not a part. Because just because we live in this reality, just because we are a part of this reality, it doesn't mean that we got to be like the reality. Just because we are living in a demonic three-dimensional world, that doesn't mean that you have to be demonic and three-dimensional. This is how we uplift the energy and the frequency of this universe, of this planet, because we got to rise above it. And if you're not rising above it, you just in the system with it. You just a part of it. So we need to control our children. We need to see what we need to do as parents to control our children and see what they are looking at. Sit down and have conversations with your children. Because a lot of these children that attack this woman and her child, you don't know what these kids are going through mentally, psychologically, and emotionally. They probably did that not only because they followers, but they probably did it because they want to be seen. You don't know what's going through these children heads, because they probably be dealing with parents that don't even listen to them. Don't even take the time to listen to them. And this is now the time of great reflecting. We need to reflect on ourselves as adults, as mothers, as fathers, as parents. And we need to look at what we are doing and what we are not doing with our children. Because our children are growing up to be demons. And a lot of these parents, they are not even holding a child accountable. Now, what if the mother that got attacked with her two children, what if she would have had a weapon? What if she would have had a gun or a knife or a weapon on her and she would have shot some of those students? How would the impact be? What if she would have had a knife on her and she started stabbing the children up? How would y'all react to the mother then? What if she had a gun and started to shoot some of the students and killed them? How would y'all have reacted to the mother then? Would y'all have said the mother went too far? Would y'all would have said that it was too drastic? Would y'all then would have said that these kids deserve it? Would the parents of these children try to sue the mother and try to get her underneath the jail because she basically was defending herself as well as her children? How would the world or the city or state will react if she would have took matters in her own hand and she would have shot and killed some of these students? How would y'all react then? And then you got to look at it. What if that was one of my children? Or what if that was my child that did that? So even though that your child or your children wasn't involved, we need to look at this story. Look at the whole story and think about how many children every fucking day is getting bullied in school because of the way they look, because of the way they act, because of the way they dress or the way they smell. This is a time of great reflecting, because this has been going on for years. Because I indeed am myself is indeed am a very true, strong victim of bullying. And honestly, when I found out that my son was getting bullied, I took him out of the schools completely. Took him out. Like, my son is not going to be a victim of anyone bullying because their parents don't know what to do with them. I took my sons completely out. I took my son completely out the school system. My son would not be a victim of bullying because it's either two things going to happen. I'm going to go to that school and they're going to wind up borrowing me out of the school because something, I'm going to go the fuck off, or something going to happen to that child. Because a lot of these times you have a conference with the parent. The parents still don't do anything. Your child getting bullied in school, you have a meeting with the parent, and then you understand why the child is being a bully, because the parent is even worse than the child. And then you look like, damn, I can see why your child is a bully. Look at you. You worse than your child. I can see where the child learns it from. And then that pisses you off even more, because you now know that as long as your child go to that school, this child is going to always be a problem, because look what he go home to. So this is a time of great reflecting. We need to sit down with our children and ask them, are they being bullied? And ask them, are the people that they hanging around, are they bullies? And we need to sit down and have a one-on-one conversation with our children and let them know the impact of bullying. Let them know that, so that we can help evolve our children. This is a time of conversation. Not just putting people on social media. This is a time of true conversations.